Happy Wednesday, everyone. Well, not if you're Whoopi Goldberg, a.k.a. Karen Johnson. Yeah, who knew Whoopi was a Karen? I thought that was only for white people, like Toyota Priuses and skiing. Roll it, Francis.
Good morning and welcome to The View. You all saw the news. Whoopi will be back here in 2 weeks. Okay?
It's so cute when one of their side gets punished. They sulk like they ran out of raw cookie dough in the green room.
There ought to be a made-for-TV melodrama about Whoopi Goldberg's latest on-air spiral, complete with dim lighting, slow piano, and dramatic zoom-ins. One sharp round of satire from Greg Gutfeld and suddenly the voice of authority looked like it needed a timeout. The whole spectacle felt less like a debate and more like reality show theatrics colliding with primetime parody.
Yeah, ABC suspended Whoopi for 2 weeks because she said the Holocaust had nothing to do with race. She said this on a show called The View, which makes everything about race. Except now.
The Holocaust isn't about race.
No.
No, it's not about race.
It's about a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
Yeah, that's heroically stupid. Even for the...
What unfolded next resembled a full-blown on-camera meltdown. Instead of steady rebuttals, viewers got raised tones, sweeping gestures, and emotional detours. Gutfeld, known for wielding sarcasm like a spotlight, leaned into humor while Whoopi leaned into outrage. The contrast made the exchange feel less like policy talk and more like performance art.
Yesterday on The View, otherwise known as Hell's DMV, Whoopi Goldberg asked how much different are the values of the Trump administration from the Taliban.
We have a leader who has repeatedly demeaned women, right? Wants to defund organizations that benefit women, calling on the media to shut up, specifically wants to give preferential treatment based on...
The bigger issue? The show that once branded itself as a lively roundtable increasingly resembles a tightly knit echo chamber. Dissent often lands like an uninvited guest. Whoopi has long projected confidence as the guiding voice of the panel, but confidence can look fragile when it's tested by sharp satire.
Ow. Talk about groundbreaking to actually hear a celebrity say something mean about the Taliban. How dare they compare them to Trump? The Taliban should sue. Guess they ran out of Hitler analogies. So as they bash the president, I'm reminded how entertainers rarely express any rage over any strand of misogynist Islamism. If they did, we might take their rage toward Trump seriously. A reminder, the Taliban throw acid in girls' faces for going to school. Yeah, I guess that's like defunding Planned Parenthood. Radical Islam is all for killing gays, and I guess that's the same as making some rude jokes. No, Trump's past rudeness is a product of a rude culture, one fed and fattened by a coarse entertainment industry.
Picture the moment. Gutfeld with a smirk and a stack of punchlines, calmly pressing on contradictions. Whoopi, visibly irritated, responding with incredulity that anyone would challenge her framing. The clash wasn't subtle. It bounced across social media within minutes.
Canada, apparently they're throwing tariffs on manatee meat and bovine semen, which means The View is very unhappy. Oh. Sausage maker Johnsonville is recalling more than 42,000 pounds of pork sausage for possible contamination with plastic fibers. Fortunately, authorities were able to track all 42,000 pounds to a single location in New York City.
Gutfeld dissected her arguments with a comedian's precision, poking at gaps and exaggerations. Instead of meeting the critique head-on, Whoopi pivoted to moral framing, treating disagreement as offense. The segment quickly shifted from substance to spectacle, and the audience could sense it.
They're small, but who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sonny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now The View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't shatter. So instead, let's check out this clip from Monday's episode of The View when the ladies put their science caps on and discuss the soul.
The show's tone often thrives on emotional momentum, but satire thrives on exposure. When humor highlights inconsistencies, it can sting. Producers seemed ready to cut away as tension mounted, while co-hosts attempted to steady the conversation with supportive interjections.
Down the hallway, the raptor is here. Raptor's here, and then also I learned that cicadas are coming.
Cicadas.
Cicadas for the first time in like
No,
100 years. For the first time in many, many years.
No, every 17 years this happens.
Well, that's not what I read, but maybe you know better. All those things together. What maybe lead one to believe that, either climate change exists or something is returning.
Earthquakes are not at the mercy of climate change. It's on the ground. It
happens, and the eclipse, they've known about the eclipse coming because eclipses happen, and they actually can say when these things are going to happen.
Amazing. Oh. That's not what I read. The true sign of the apocalypse is someone that dumb has a law degree. Worse, if your name has the word sun in it, there's no excuse for not knowing how an eclipse works. But it's no surprise that Joy is the one who understands science. She's been on the science diet for years.
The panel's unity became its shield. Heads nodded. Reassurances floated across the desk. Yet the more they reinforced one another, the more the debate felt insulated from real pushback. Gutfeld's commentary wasn't just about Whoopi. It targeted the broader style of debate on the program.
Hostin's obsession with race gets thrown back in her face. Today's video comes to us from sunny Hostin. Sounds like a town. We're in sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and racial justice. Well, turns out, she's not as oppressed as she claims she is. She's actually the descendant of slave owners.
Online reaction was swift and unforgiving. Clips circulated. Memes multiplied. Comment sections exploded with side-taking and sarcasm. For many viewers, this wasn't an isolated episode but part of a larger pattern. High-emotion meeting pointed critique with predictable results.
Whoopi claims Biden's loose bowels should make voters throw in the towels. Goldberg's rational so weak she doesn't care if Biden can't speak. Yes, it's a magical land where little Debbies make big bellies and brain cells go to die. This week on The View, Whoopi doubled down on her support of Joe Biden's re-election. No surprise. But it was her peculiar poo-powered prose that piqued my potty predilection. Roll it!
I don't care if he's pooped his pants. I don't care if he can't put a sentence together.
Meanwhile, Gutfeld appeared unfazed. He delivered a joke, shrugged, and moved on. His approach leaned on timing and understatement rather than outrage. Whoopi, by contrast, returned the next episode with renewed conviction, framing the incident as moral certainty under siege.
If he his pants, and in fact, she'll stand right behind him. Not only does she have a terrible case of Trump derangement, she also has no sense of smell or a really weird fetish. And I'm not one to kink shame, to each his own. I guess you just got tired of Joy's crap. Kat, you know what was the most interesting thing about this? Was the audience reaction. Like, when she started talking about pooping everywhere, the audience was, like, frozen. They were like, what is going on here? Whoopi has a poop problem.
What does she mean she has poopy days?
She has poopy days.
The takeaway. When public personas rely heavily on authority and applause, even mild mockery can feel seismic. Gutfeld's brand of humor thrives in that tension, stepping into contentious spaces and amplifying contradictions. Love him or dislike him, he rarely avoids the hornet's nest.
Are married white women, and they do fall in line with what their husbands are doing.
People have to wonder, where does Sunny Hostin get her opinions? Yeah. Like you said, it's obviously from her husband. She has to tell her what to say in The View, because without it, she's got nothing up there. She's not very bright. But the problem with her is that she went full racist.
His style avoids tearful appeals or panel validation. Instead, he fires off sharp one-liners and lets the audience decide. Comedy, after all, can make criticism more digestible. That blend of humor and commentary has fueled his growing audience, particularly among viewers fatigued by lecture-style debate.
Who thinks climate change caused the solar eclipse, the dumbest of them all. Because everyone knows the moon caused the eclipse, which is controlled by the view's gravitational pull. All right, Kat, did you ever see such a group? It's amazing how Joy and Whoopi became the smart ones.
For me, the most shocking thing about the conversation was how truly boring it was.
In the end, the clash became less about policy and more about presentation. Ratings, reactions, and replay clips told their own story. Whether you see it as satire exposing ego or ego resisting satire, the moment underscored a larger truth. In today's media arena, humor and outrage are locked in a perpetual tug of war, and the audience decides which one wins the spotlight.